Endeavour ISS, this is JSC PAO. How do you hear me?
Rob, we have you loud and clear.
Good to see you, Ron, and the rest of the crew, and we have questions here in Houston.
This is Gerhard Daum with the German Space Agency and Space Export Association. Question for Box. You are the prime operator of the SMRMS. What was your most challenging robotics task, and what was it like working at the robotics station in the cupola with that view to Earth?
Well, Gerhard, I'll tell you what. The cupola was everything that I had heard from other people times 10. It's a magnificent view. You have a view of literally half of the space station operating from the cupola. Some of the robotic ops that we did on EVA-2 didn't even need any cameras. You could just look out the window. A lot of the robotic ops that we're doing on this mission are located on the other side of the station. For example, when we installed AMS and ELC-3, so the advantage of the cupola wasn't apparent as far as looking out the window, but just as a place to be, as a place to operate the robotic arm, it was a wonderful, and it is a wonderful, wonderful place to be.
Thank you. Question for the spacewalkers Drew and Mike. For Drew, you performed 3 EVAs, kind of a surgery, on the final Hubble servicing mission, and 3 on this ISS mission. What are the major differences executing the EVAs on Hubble and the station, and what were the most difficult and most exciting moments?
Well, Gerhard, thanks. That's a good question and a tough one to answer. I can tell you that each of the EVAs were challenging, and I can tell you that now after 3 days of being outside, I'm pretty worn out, and my hands are very tired as well, and I don't know that I'd be ready to go out tomorrow like Mike and Greg are going to. But the differences, of course, are that Hubble is very close to our airlock, and we don't have to travel far into the payload bay to reach it and perform the tasks. And of course, with Space Station, we traverse over long distances, and especially in the dark, it's very easy to get a little bit disoriented and sometimes lost. And I know I went the wrong way a few times, at least briefly, trying to understand really where I was headed. So, but the work is challenging. Fortunately, the space station was built to be serviced by astronauts. Hubble was not built really that way, although we have performed many servicing missions to it. So the tasks are just as challenging. I worked just as hard. In fact, I think harder with all the activities we had, and we're just happy to be done with 3 successful spacewalks and looking forward to a 4th.
And for Mike, you performed 6 EVAs in the Russian Orlan spacesuit during Expedition 9 and 18. On this mission, you executed 2 of your 3 planned EVAs in the US EMU spacesuit. What are the advantage and disadvantage of each type of spacesuit, and are the tasks easier to execute in either the Russian or the US suit?
That's a great question. I've had the privilege of being in the Russian suit, and I like it very much. The Orlan is pressurized to about 6 pounds per square inch, or 0.4 atmospheres. It's a very serviceable suit, and we don't have to spend a long time getting ready. The pre-breathe time is relatively short. And the American suit is more mobile because it runs at a lower pressure, but that means we have a long pre-breathe time, and it takes a longer time to get ready. However, both suits are great for what they do. It's great to go out in space and go on a spacewalk, but I think every spacewalk that I've been on is really tough. Spacewalks are not easy at all.